All right, it's Week 5 NFL Tanks Vlog, October 12th, Columbus Day. It is Columbus Day. No other day do we celebrate in October on the second Monday but Columbus Day. I remember there used to be a great Columbus Day parade in Newark near where my grandmother lived, and when I was like 4 years old, one of my earliest memories, Joe DiMaggio was the Grand Marshal. And it was a great parade, but of course, as population shifts, they moved that parade basically to Newark Belleville, Nutley and Belleville, but that was canceled this year, unfortunately, as many things have been canceled in this miserable year. As the NFL goes into Week 5, we have the first game of the ALCS and the last game of the NBA Finals. Lakers winning their 17th championship, winning Game 6, 106-93 against the NFL and Major League Baseball. Did anyone even know that the NBA was playing tonight? At one point, that score was like 71-39 in favor of the Lakers. Heat did make a run at the end, but what type of run is that? Game was already out of reach. And final score is 106-93. LeBron James wins his 4th MVP. And you know, the NBA, you know, sometimes I just wonder if this league is fixed. You know, Tim Donaghy jaded me, always made me wonder, and then he said that the league is fixed. I've not been into the NBA since Donaghy's news broke. I just have trouble. I watched maybe 1 minute of tonight's game. Didn't even watch the last seconds. I mean, that's how much I've really lost interest in the NBA. Maybe if the Brooklyn Nets ever make a long playoff run, I could get my heart back into this league. But my heart's been out of this league for now a decade. I prefer, if you told me right now I could watch the Final Four or I could watch the NBA playoffs, I can't watch both. Without even thinking, I would choose the NBA, the NCAA. College basketball, March Madness. That's the best basketball there is. And we didn't get it this year, of course, but the NBA just, whatever. Hate the Lakers. Hate that they won. I mean, you kind of had a feeling that when Kobe Bryant died, that the Lakers were going to make this run. I mean, and everyone's going to make, oh, look at this, they won it for Kobe. Yeah, they won it for Kobe. But it was just the path laid out perfectly for them. They played a Trailblazer team that Damian Lillard got hurt. The Rockets are the Rockets. Russell Westbrook was never healthy. And the Rockets just aren't built to win in the playoffs. They're built to win in the regular season, but they just don't know how to play defense whatsoever. After coming back 3-1, of course the Nuggets are going to run out of gas in the Western Conference Finals. And then they get to the finals, and Bam Adebayo and Goran Dragic are both hurt. So it was a pretty easy path for the Lakers. No drama. There really is never any drama in the NBA playoffs. You know, how many years has there really been a surprise winner? Meanwhile, the ALCS, good pitching matchup in the first game. Rays get the win 2-1 against the Astros. Rays mixing matching that bullpen like they usually do. So they draw first blood as they try to get to the World Series for the second time in franchise history. I mean, the best was Castillo coming out with the bases loaded in 8th, getting a double play. Diego Castillo, and then he perfect. He allowed one hit in the 9th inning as the Astros get the win. I mean, the Rays get the win 2-1. All right, now to the NFL. For the first time in NFL history, both the Giants and Jets are off to 0-5 starts. NFL football in New York hasn't been this bad in 40 years. 1980, Jets and Giants got the second and third picks. And to tell you the direction of both franchises, with the second pick, the Giants chose Lawrence Taylor, and the rest is history. And the Jets drafted Johnny Lamb Jones, who pretty much was a bust. Jets, the Jets are not competitive right now. They are not competitive, and next week they'll be playing the Dolphins. That could mean the Dolphins could be 3-3. The Jets are just getting pummeled every week. They lost today 30-10 to the Cardinals. You'd think that they could at least keep that game close. Meanwhile, the Giants in a shootout with the Cowboys lose 37-34 on a field goal by Greg Zuerlein. And that game, of course, the headline is Dak Prescott, devastating injury. Tony Romo. Tony Romo. I hope it's just a cramp. Meanwhile, this guy's leg is, his shoe's looks like it's hanging by a thread. Compound fracture, of course, out for the year. Out for the year. Forget about out for the year. You got to hope that Dak Prescott is able to recover. Those compound fractures are very hard to come back from. Speaking of compound fractures, Alex Smith, someone who suffered a injury sort of like this, just higher up on a leg, got in the game for the first time in almost more than 2 years. Missed all of last year, of course. But, of course, the Washington football team got beat by the Rams 30-10. And the only reason Alex Smith got in there is because Kyle Allen got concussed. And Dwayne Haskins told his coach who has cancer that he couldn't play because he was sick. Yep, I think Dwayne Haskins' time in Washington is about over. Meanwhile, the Dolphins, a great win today. Great win. They just pummeled. They pulverized the 49ers. Jimmy Garoppolo got at the start, was gone by the second half. They just Jimmy Garoppolo, terrible game. Ryan Fitzpatrick, a great game. 350, 3 touchdowns. Preston Wilson, first career 100-yard pass receiving game touchdown. The only thing that would have made this game better is if the Dolphins let Tua Tagovailoa play in the fourth quarter. That would have been the only thing that would have made this game better. Tua should have gotten a chance to play. And Sanders, he just continues just kick field goal after field goal after field goal. This 43-17 doesn't tell you the story how this was just an utter just annihilation by the Dolphins. The Dolphins annihilated the 49ers. Jason Sanders, 5 field goals, 3 in the second quarter, 2 in the fourth quarter. Annihilated. The Dolphins spent the entire game on the 49ers side of the 50. This was just a absolute, total fucking beatdown of the 49ers. They just took the 49ers and smacked them around like they weren't even there. It was like a cat with a mouse. It was just like, 49er fans, if they were there, would have been yelling, "Stop, stop, we're already dead." Elsewhere, Dan Quinn finally fired in Atlanta following a 23-16 loss to the Panthers. Upset of the day, Raiders go into Kansas City. First time in 7 years they haven't won an Arrowhead Stadium. Beat the Chiefs 40-32. Great game by Derek Carr, 347, 3 touchdowns. Patrick Mahomes kind of shaky today. But you know what? Chiefs, they lose a game. See you in the January. Steelers in the Battle of Pennsylvania, 38-29 winners over the Eagles. Bad game by the Eagles. Eagles defense is bad. It's just like the Eagles just... Ravens crushing the Bengals 27-3. Bengals just got a late field goal. That's about it. Texans, after firing Bill O'Brien, played with joy and laughter as they beat the Jaguars 30-14. It was the Browns 32-23 winners over the Colts. Bad game by Phillip Rivers. Pick 6 and a safety in the second half, and that was basically the difference right there. And in the Sunday night game, it was the Seahawks down 13-0 at the half, rallying behind Russell Wilson, continuing to put up MVP numbers, winning 27-26, scoring the winning touchdown with about 15 seconds left, as the Vikings had a chance to go up by 8, decided to go for it on 4th down and inches, and couldn't get it because they're the Vikings. Low Vikings losing the game. Low Vikings can't beat anyone. That is with a pulse at all. Low Vikings, let's lose.